Hey, what's going on everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm just going to be talking about my wishes and what I would like to see within Call of Duty Modern Warfare's Warzone, which for those that don't know, it is basically the Battle Royale for Modern Warfare. There's been a ton of leaks, and if you are on the game's main menu itself, you will see that there is a little classified bar, which is going to be Warzone or the Battle Royale mode. No one knows when it's coming out. All we know is that it's coming out sometime within Season 2. I'm predicting it's going to be like mid-March or early March. And I'm not going to be talking about any of the leaks and stuff that we've seen throughout the community, just because I don't want to get my channel taken down, because Infinity Ward is acting very childish and they leaked Warzone themselves. And when people talk about it, they get it taken down. So Infinity Ward, I swear motherfucking God, if you take down this video, I will find you. Anyway, the background gameplay is going to be some Blackout Pandemic mode, which will also tie in to kind of some of the stuff that I want to see within Warzone. So first things first, with it being a Battle Royale, I want it to feel like Call of Duty when I'm playing it. I don't want it to feel like Tarkov. I don't want it to feel like PUBG. I don't want it to feel like Fortnite. I just want it to feel like Call of Duty. So as long as it has a Call of Duty feel the exact same way that Blackout did, I'm going to be perfectly fine. And just so you guys know my opinion on Warzone, honestly, I don't think it'll be that good compared to Blackout. I feel like Blackout will outshine Warzone completely, 100%. Just because I feel like Warzone, with Infinity Ward at the helm of the ship right now, I feel like Warzone is going to be, there's going to be some weird mechanics in it, and there's going to be some weird areas of the map and some weird things that happen within the game to make it unfair to players. Blackout was pretty balanced, so that's one thing I want to see in Warzone, is that it's balanced. If it's not balanced, a lot of people aren't going to have fun with the game and therefore won't play it. There was also on Reddit, I guess I am talking about kind of some of the leaks we've seen, just to talk about some things that I want to see. This is going to be the 200 challenges plus that we saw on Reddit. And the only reason I say this is a good thing is because it's going to give us incentives to play Warzone and actually progress through it. However, the downside is that they seem to be daily challenges, which sucks because once again, it's going to be following the trend of multiplayer, where we have no direct calling card challenges to work or grind towards. So that means they're probably going to add a very bad or poor grinding system, where our level might reset every season just like it does in multiplayer. There might be some weird version of ribbon challenges in there, which I don't think would be that much fun to grind, just because I find ribbon challenges fun to grind in multiplayer, just because it gives us something to work towards during the season. And if you look at the Blackout challenges, personally for me, in Blackout during Black Ops 4's season, I really didn't focus on a lot of the challenges that Blackout had to offer, just because I put my time into multiplayer and zombies. But I feel like for a Battle Royale, I think you just have to have, you have to keep it a Battle Royale. You can't have your focus being on challenges. Sure, add a cool calling card here and there for winning 10 games plus and doing all that type of stuff, and maybe have Dark Ops challenges like we saw in Blackout. But if there's challenges like drive a vehicle for X amount of miles, I'm not going to be grinding that. Even though personally I want to complete Warzone to its full extent, I feel like I won't, just simply because the challenges might be too tedious and might just not be fun. Another thing that I want to see is, I don't want to see a crappy system to get Damascus or the new rare camo within Warzone. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, during Black Ops 4's Blackout, they released dark matter specifically that you could unlock in Blackout by picking up paint cans. You had to pick up X amount of paint cans to unlock one camo. So you say for the first camo you needed 5 paint cans, for the second you needed 5 again, for the third you needed 10, fourth 15, and then it went to 20, then to I think 30, and then all the prestige camos were 45 each. So it ended up being like 400 paint cans to get one gold gun, and you could, if you were just playing casually, you would get maybe like 5 paint cans a game. And if you actually tried and grinded, you could get like 40 paint cans a game, meaning you could get 1 camo a game, if that. And there was like 100 plus. Probably you'd have to play like 200 to 400 games of Blackout, grinding strictly paint cans, not going for the wins, not going for anything, just to get camos. So I hope in Modern Warfare, the way we get camos, if there are any in Warzone, is going to be to grind. Maybe like give us weapon challenges, like with the AX50 to complete the Topo camo category for the AX50, you have to get 10 long shots and you can complete the whole category, something like that. I don't want to have it where it's super grindy and super tedious. And I also do hope that our Damascus camo from multiplayer does carry over to Warzone the exact same way our Damascus camo carries over into Spec Ops. With the new talk of a new mastery camo as well, I hope it's a Warzone specific mastery camo so we can grind it, but it's also not too tedious. So it keeps it separate from Damascus. Regardless of how many camos you need to unlock gold for a weapon or whatever the mastery camo for a weapon is in Warzone, I hope they keep it simple and fun. So that's one of my big wishes, because honestly, if Warzone isn't fun to begin with, then I'm going to be looking for fun challenges to do. And if there's no fun challenges and the gameplay itself isn't fun, I probably will just stick away from Warzone. So as long as there's good incentives and fun gameplay, I will be down. But I'm a little worried and a little hesitant with it being Infinity Ward, so we might have some weird camping spots or some glitches, or I don't know, man. We've seen the leaked map, which is basically all the ground war maps combined, and there's a lot of BS that happens in the ground war map, so you can kind of just imagine the BS that we can see within Battle Royale itself. One thing that I do want to see from the Warzone game mode or playlist or whatever it's going to be called is fun, different game modes to play, i.e. Blackout's pandemic mode. They did say that they were going to come out with Ground War Infected, which I'm pretty sure would be exactly in the Ground War playlist, which I'm super excited for, because 60 player Infected, that's going to be so much fun, especially if you're like one of the last 5 alive and you just have like 50 plus people trying to knife you and throwing knife you. That's going to be a lot of fun to play. If they have a game mode like that in Warzone, that's going to be even more entertaining, because in Blackout, which is the gameplay you're seeing, once you die, you respawn as a zombie. So it's kind of like Infected, and then the zombies just run around. And since there are no zombie character models in Modern Warfare, they could have some sort of like Kruger camo, or I guess character, just like they do in Infected. So when you get infected, you spawn as an infected, and then you try to kill all the other survivors while they try to win the game and kill other survivals. So think pandemic mode from Black Ops 4. I would love to see game modes like that return in Warzone. I would also like to see a solo, duo, and quad/squad playlist, which I'm pretty sure is going to be standard with the game, especially with it being a cross-platform game. But I would also like to see fun game modes too that spice it up. I know Infinity Ward's trying to keep the game super realistic, but Blackout was so much fun because every week we would have a new mode. We had the snipers mode, we had the melee, or it was like the snipers and shotguns, or like melee only Battle Royale, which was super fun. And then they had like the cops versus robbers Battle Royale, and then every week they had like some sort of new playlist. They also had the Alcatraz playlist, which was basically the Mob of the Dead island but full scale, and you could go everywhere and it was Battle Royale there. I'd love to see that within Warzone as well. One of the things that I think Warzone won't live up to is the hype, just because Warzone is going to be copying the Spec Ops and Ground War maps so much that we're not going to have really cool points of interest in it, which suck, because it would be so cool to see points of interest like Rust, or say Terminal, or Scrapyard, or just any good Modern Warfare series map. We won't see those, unfortunately. The closest thing we'll get to is how vacant is the C flag on Port of Vanders, however it's pronounced. That's the only point of interest that I can see being anywhere close to a multiplayer map, as well as if it is based off of all the Ground War and Spec Ops maps, which are basically the same thing. You see the exact same maps in Spec Ops that you see in Ground War. The only thing with that is there's no real spread out areas in those Ground War maps. So the C flag of Karst River Quarry in between the D and B flags, that's going to be a super populated area with tons of cover, I would assume. and there's also like the A flag side and the E flag side. The only areas that I feel like there won't be any action is kind of going in between map to map. So say you land at Karst River Quarry and you want to run all the way to Tavers District because that's where the final circle is or something like that. There is going to be so much running around. It's going to feel more tedious than actual action, I feel. And we've been told that the player count's going to be 200, or it's rumored to be 200 or something like that. Even with a 200 player count across all ground war maps combined into one battle royale map, I still feel like there is going to be a lot of game time where you're just going to be spent running from circle to circle or zone to zone to avoid the green gas and get to the final circle. I feel like most people will die off the start once they land, because you'll have, say, 20 people land at Karst River Quarry. Half of those people are going to die within the first minute easily. Same thing, the only map that I can see that would be a long time to loot would be Tavers District. Farms, if you landed at Farms, that would be a really quick area where you could kill a lot of people really fast or also die really quickly just because of the lack of cover. But you look at Tavers District with all the tall skyscrapers, you have 5 people land at each skyscraper, and that's still going to take a long time, the numbers to drop. So say 20 people land in Tavers District, usually it's like 20 people in one area during ground war matches. Think of 20 people spread out around the entire city. I feel like you'd almost have to have Tavers District as its own, let's say, Warzone map. It would almost be like Tavers District would be the equivalent of the Alcatraz Blackout map. It's big, it has lots of stuff to explore, and it's got a big enough area where it can fit 100 people easy for a battle royale. Because if you think of all the buildings surrounding it as well, think of 20 people landing there. It would just take too long to have the numbers get dropped down. Basically, the only time I would see Tavers being a populated area is if it would be the final circle. And think of Tilted Towers in Fortnite. It's the biggest point of interest on the map. Tavers District compared to Tilted Towers, like the A and B flag in Tavers is like the same size as Tilted Towers. So put like 10 Tilted Towers into Tavers District and that's one point of interest. So I just feel like the size of the map is a little bit of an issue. I think they should keep it a little bit more simplistic, and I would like to see points of interest similar to how other battle royales feel. Like look at Blackout. We had great points of interest like Nuketown, we had Array, Firing Range, Asylum, a Hydro Dam, I think that was what it was called. You had tons of great points of interest that had a lot of action, and even when playing the zone, you still got into tons of action because the map isn't massive compared to like other battle royale games. Like I think it's smaller than I don't know what the actual statistics were, but I feel like it was smaller or the same size as Fortnite. And the vehicles also made it easy to move around the map too, and there's plenty of vehicles. So say you were the team that came out of Firing Range. If you won Firing Range and looted and killed everyone that was there was plenty of vehicles for you to go to the next circle. And during Blackout, I feel like there was no downtime. My worry with Warzone is it's going to play way too tactically than a battle royale should be. And that's pretty much where I'm going to wrap it up today. Those are what I want to see with the new Warzone game mode. Let me know what you guys want to see in the comments down below. There's going to be a link in the description to the Discord server, as well as my Twitter, and one more social media link that I can't think of off the top of my head, as well as just some other random playlists and videos you guys might be interested down below. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy, dislike if you didn't. Keep in mind that you are a certified bruh if you hit the like button, and you are a herb if you dislike. I'm about to head out, and if there is one, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.